So, before my father got married, I can remember the roaches. You guys, we had roaches. Look at all these roaches. Yes, we had roaches. I also remember that it was very shortly after my father was married to my stepmother that there was no roaches. She cleared them out. That I remember. When I was little, I had to I had to learn the Bible, every book, frontwards and backwards, Old Testament, New Testament. And I would have to go on some Saturdays to the minister allowance. It would be where the women ministered allowance, I don't know what you call it. But it wouldn't be with the men, it would be with all their wives. And, it's too much. And so I had to, and I knew the book, I knew the scriptures. I knew every last one of backwards, forward, any way you want to think about it. Can't say the same now, and it's mostly because of my eyesight. But at any rate, I knew all the books of the Bible. Tell you more about me. I don't know where I got my naivety. How come I'm so naive? But you guys, when I was walking down the street with my stepmother one day, I remember going to a beauty shop. And this white dude walked past us, and he was dirty. He was a mechanic. He had oil and stuff all on his hands. His hair was greasy. And I just freaked out, screamed, Mom, he's dirty. He's gonna have to have a bath. And she looked at me like, yeah, okay. What's the big deal? She didn't understand. I guess I didn't make her understand is that I didn't think white people had to have a bath. I honestly didn't. I thought they woke up and their hair fell straight down. And the color of their skin was white and clean, and that's just the way they are. They didn't need to take no bath. They ain't trying to get the brown off. You know, that's what we trying to do. Get the brown out. That's what I thought. Truly believe that. So, I was a little girl. Again, I had no direction. I got in trouble one time as a little girl when my stepmother came home, and I was already home from school, and she opened the door. And I'll never forget, that was the first time I ever had a yellow jack. It was some kind of speed pill, and it made me sleepy, put me right to sleep. So I woke up out of sleep in a very bad mood as it was, and she yelled for me to get up, so I got up, and I had homework. And I commenced doing my homework. And when she came back in there, and she was like, what are you doing? I was like, my homework. She went berserk. You know, my mother and father didn't play that. Schoolwork was the last thing that you're going to do. Housework is whatever. They didn't care about no schoolwork. Didn't. I would have 6 A's and 1 D, and nobody would say a word about it. 6 A's and 1 D. But when I started to get depressed and sleeping from first hour to 7th hour, then I had 6 F's and 1 D. It's just not possible for me to get a D in math. In math, it's just not possible. I'm a math freak. So, but I really had 6 F's and 1 D. And I got in trouble for that, man. My dad freaked out like never before. He freaked out on me, beat me senseless. The next report card came, and man, I had C's. You know, I couldn't have A's because I just come off of F's. You know, next one I can have A's, but you know how it works. Everybody knows how it works. So I came home with this awesome report card compared to the last time. Handed it to them, they never acknowledged it one time. Just like when I had the 6 A's and 1 D. Yeah, so that was, so you guys can kind of tell about my education. I wasn't in any way, that was the last thing on my mind, because that was the last thing that they instilled on us. Now, also, as a little girl, I'll tell you guys a funny story, which, as a little girl, me and my little sister used to always walk into a bedroom where my big sister was, and my cousins would be visiting. And while my cousin would be visiting, we repeat everything we hear them say. You know how little kids are. So 1 second. So, I would often, all the time, hear my sister and 2 cousins, all the time they would talk about having babies by a white man. And I kid you not, that would be and we come in, the first thing they say is, take the car on. That meant everybody be quiet because me and my little sister were going to repeat everything we hear. Of course we were. But I remember that. And they always talked about having babies by a white man. Never did I hear them say, get married by a white man. They didn't say any of that. They said, have all his babies because you have all his babies and then you can have all his money. That's what I heard. So that was another something foolish that I carried around in my head for a while, and you guys will understand more later. This will be a big point later. So, what else can I tell you? I was confused about the black and white. I didn't go until Lena Horne. I saw Lena Horne on an Ebony magazine when I was about 14, 15 years old. And I yelled out, I was in a group home, I yelled out to the house parent, hey, what this white lady doing on this Ebony magazine? She says, you don't know who that is? I said, no. And so she taught me all about Lena Horne that day. And even though she was breaking the rules, oh my God, even though she was breaking the rules, she took me to my only black concert I've ever been to. Because she couldn't believe that I knew nothing about black and white, or nothing about black at all. I did not. So I went to the Rick James and whoever the Square Biz lady, Square Biz lady, Rick James and the Square Biz lady. That's who I went, and I seen as a juvenile. I remember in California one time somebody asked me, a black girl across the street, her name was China, and so she was mixed with something Asian. You could see it in her eyes. She had dark brown skin. She was beautiful, and everybody knew I was gay and whatever. So they was like, hey, you know China? What do you think about China? And guys, I would actually get mad. I would get mad because she was black. Oh, hell no, I ain't gonna miss no black girl. I honestly thought that if it wasn't white, it wasn't right. This is what I grew up believing. See, we had a house that was like the Brady Bunch house. I mean, yeah. When you walk in, you go up the stairs, we had the Brady Bunch house. We were the only blacks in the community. Might be a couple more, you know what I mean? We were still spots at that time. It was at in the white neighborhood where I did my first, as a little girl, I did my first home burglary. Because I saw a box of glazed donuts through the back window, through this window. And I seen it on the kitchen table through the window. I was at the back door looking through my neighbor's window, and I saw the glazed donuts. I picked up a rock. I busted their windows. I knew they weren't there because I was knocking on the door to walk to school with them, but they had already left. So I picked up a big rock, busted the windows, went in there, ate some glazed donuts, took the rest of them with me, and I took their Christmas presents. Yeah. And I gave them to my mother and father. So my father got a pair of overalls for probably a 4X. And he couldn't wear. My mother got some wine glasses. Well, and they only asked me one time where did I get all this stuff. I didn't say nothing and they didn't want to know. They didn't want to know. Also, in 5th grade, just telling you about this little girl, guys. I gotta tell you some things about the little girl. It's important. And if I laugh now, I can laugh now. It wasn't funny at all then. But in 5th grade, all white school, only my family and one other dude I know in my school. My brother actually went to the junior high. I was still in the grade school. So in 5th grade, my teacher announces that he's about to go and they're about to have a faculty meeting. And all the staffs have to be there. And he made this little girl, the white girl, a room monitor. So see the police, you know what I'm saying? I don't appreciate that. Why he didn't even consider me. He didn't talk to me about that, you know. But they made her the police. Great. Okay, so as soon as he leaves, I go up and I tell the little girl I'm about to go I'm about to go. Oh, I'm about to go to the bathroom. See you in a little bit. First stop I made was a couple of classrooms of the teachers that I know had purses. And I went to their purses and I took whatever dollars they had out of their purses. And then I made it to the janitor's room. When I got to the janitor, and I've done this at more than one school, I don't know why. The janitor always keeps a little portable radio about like this size, one little radio. You plug it up there. I always had the radio. So I took this radio and looked around. Yeah, I'm looking for loose change. I'm just I need to be locked up somewhere as a little child. It don't make no sense. I'm getting mad right this minute. I thought I was gonna laugh. But I stole the janitor's radio, and then I walked into the office. In the office, they got another little girl police sitting there. And so I tell the little girl police, hey, the janitor wants you. Huh? Yeah, the janitor say, come to his office. She gets up, she goes to his office. I go in the drawer and I take this bank bag. I won. I hit the lottery. What was in that bank bag was the entire school field trip money that we're all going on the next day. Kind of like what this meeting that they're all having is about. It's a big deal. All the parents paid all the money. This is the entire school that's going on this trip. And I stole the money. Now, when I stole the money, I left the building. Yeah, I left the building. I don't know where I went because I had to leave the building because it took a couple hours for me to get home. And when I did get home, I met all kind of hell because the school district was so upset about the actions that I just did that they went to the junior high and they kicked him out of the school. Right there, right then. My brothers and sisters were expelled from school, from that school district because of me. We could no longer go to school in the Floreston School District. So that's the little girl I was. I stole everything. I lied, everything. I needed attention, good or bad. Good or bad. I had to have it. And no one was offering no good attention. I can't think. Drop it. Tell me something fun we did. When it happened. Help me, please. I would love to hear it. So, I was a liar. I was a thief. Except for one time. And I'll tell you guys when I stopped being a liar and a thief. I'm still going to get to the story, but I stopped being a liar and a thief when I went to go live with my aunt. My favorite aunt, I almost said my aunt. I almost went to go live with my aunt. And because everybody knew I was a thief, but her son was a thief too. And all of a sudden, you know, those two cousins that was in there talking with my sister mother, saying that they were going to have white man babies, their weed and shit started coming up missing. And they got to thinking that it was me, so he could steal whatever he wanted to because I was there. You know what I mean? And I didn't steal nothing. I needed her to trust me. I loved her to the end, and she couldn't get me to. I never stole from any. Yes, I did. I stole from one aunt. But yeah, I'm gonna try. We can go on to the next part. What else do I need to tell you guys about me? We already know I was a tomboy. I would fight anyone, fight my sisters and brothers. There'd be times where they had to stay in the bathroom until 3 o'clock when my mother came home. You know, when they come out that bathroom, I was going to unleash on them. Guys, I guess we'll let that be it for this. I thank God I feel good. Let me take a minute, and hopefully I can come back and move on to the next part. Hopefully. Hey guys, thank you for watching the videos. I am so happy to be at the end of this part 1. That ass little girl and got on my nerves. I got angry about being that little girl. But I'm so glad you guys stayed to watch until stuck this out with me. And then we're going to go on to the next phase. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have some pointers, if I'm not doing something right, I can do better for you guys, let me know, you know. Look on Facebook, guys. I haven't posted my meals yet. I think I took pictures, though. I don't know. And join me on Facebook also, guys. If you're only on Facebook, join me on YouTube, please. You know, like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Till tomorrow, guys, take care of each other.